In this video, I'll start creating a container and then we will set up the Docker container inside the Linux container. Let me show you how we can do that. First of all, we'll of course log in with our user ID and password. And here you can see this is my entire data center. In order to create the container, we can go here on the top right corner. You can see here, create CT. But before creating the containers, we need to make sure that we have the templates available. First of all, we'll go into PVE. And here you can see the local PVE, which is of course the local disk. In that disk, you will have these CT templates. CT templates is container templates. In this container template, I have downloaded these two templates which are available right now to me. Of course, I can download from URL and even I can upload if I have any template available with me. And here I'll be going to the templates. You can see here the list of templates. I can download any of these. You can see that Proxmox has provided these two mail items, Proxmox Gateway version 8.0 and Proxmox Mail Gateway version 7.3. You can search for any solution here. For example, if I want to install Ubuntu 22.04, so I'll search for it. You can see here that these are default images. So you can of course download from these, and if I want to look for any turnkey solutions, there are all the turnkey solutions also available. For example, if you want to install Silverstripe, PHPBB, Lime Survey, LAMP Stack, OpenCart, Media Server, GitLab, OpenVPN, Invoice Ninja, these are all the turnkey packages. So you can simply install these turnkey solutions, or you can install these all flavors of Linux. 17 systems are available and 110 turnkey Linux solutions are available. I'll be installing 22.04 Ubuntu server. You can see here, this is the standard AMD 64-bit. So I'll be installing this particular container here. The container size is only 129 MB. So I'll be just going here to create container. I'll be just typing in the password to access the SSH. Here you have these two options. One is the unprivileged container and another is nesting. So nesting will be enabled if you enable the unprivileged container. Nesting is like the LXC container and it runs inside the operating system as a container. When you are using the containers for development or testing purposes, nesting must be turned on here. We'll use this container as a Docker, so I'll be choosing Docker here. Next is the template. Of course, you need to choose the template that we have just seen it, Ubuntu 22.04. And next, here is the disk, local LVM. And here I'll go next. And CPU, I'll be using single core CPU, and memory 2 GB will be more than enough. Swap space can be equal to your memory size. It should not be more than your memory size. So I'll be using 2048 here. Network, I'll be using the default network. So I'll be choosing the IP address as a static IP here also, 192.168.240.6. This will be here /24, and here I'll be using the default gateway 192.168.240.1. DNS server, I'll leave it blank. It will take the default one. User ID is root. I already know its password. So I'll be going here again and I will look for the options here, and boot at start, I will enable it. You can see here all of these are having different options here. So console mode is TTY, which is teletypewriter. So you can choose dev console or shell. So I'll be leaving it default. So protection, in case you want to totally isolate the container from the operating system, you can do that. So I will not use that. And unprivileged container is equal to yes, which is fine. And here in features, you have to make sure that you enable this keyctl. So keyctl is in fact a command line utility which is used to manage the key management facility. So because in Docker, key related operations are involved, so keyctl has to be enabled here. Now we will start this container, and Docker container is already started here. I'll first of all update and upgrade it. Sudo apt get update and apt get upgrade, and with extension Y. So it will start downloading and it will start upgrading it. Alright, so you can see here that all the packages are installed now. So now I need to install curl here, curl, which is used to download anything from the website. I'll be using apt install and curl and -y again for the yes command. Alright, so this package is now installed. So in order to get the Docker, I'll be doing curl -sl And here I'll be typing in https://get.docker.com and sh. So it will get the Docker script and it will install Docker into the Ubuntu 22.04. Here you can see that Docker has been installed. Docker is already there. Docker ps. You can see here there is no container right now. So I'll be installing my first container here. I'll be creating my stack here. Okay, I'll be creating mkdir amjad, and here inside my folder I'll be adding my first stack sudo nano nginx.yaml. So I'll be creating compose file. Here you can see I'll be copying this docker compose YAML. mkdir nginx cd nginx, and here I'll be creating the file sudo nano, and I'll give it a name docker-compose.yaml. And here I'll just paste that detailed compose file here, which was available here on the full setup instructions of Nginx proxy manager. And here I'll just close this file with yes command. Now you can see here that docker compose.yaml is there. So I'll be just using the command docker compose up -d, which is detached mode. So here it is pulling the image, and you can see here that these are 3 ports which will be enabled. One will be port 80, one will be port 443, and another will be port 81. 81 is for the admin web port, 80 is for the public HTTP port. We'll see this now. For example, docker ps, you can see here that the Nginx proxy manager is working right now. 192.168.240.6, and here port 80. So I'll be using admin and change me. Inside LXC container I have installed Docker.